Have you ever wondered why some men, without flashing cash or status, still hold a woman's full attention, while others with wealth and luxury constantly chase it? It's not money. It's not status. It's something far deeper. You see, most men spend their lives trying to buy love through dinners, gifts, and grand gestures. But a woman's heart doesn't respond to price tags. It responds to energy, to presence, to the invisible traits of a man who is in control of himself. A man who doesn't beg for her attention, but commands it without saying a word. And here's the secret most men miss. Women don't fall in love with what you own. They fall for what you embody. Because deep down, women crave something no material thing can replace. Qualities that awaken her feminine core and make her feel safe, challenged, and alive. Today, I'll reveal 6 things women secretly love more than money. Grounded in Stoic philosophy. The kind of truth that men in New York, London, and Sydney rarely hear, but once they do, it changes everything. So take a deep breath, detach from the illusion society feeds you, and listen carefully, because what I'm about to share will reshape how you understand attraction, love, and power forever. 1. A man who is unmoved by chaos. Every woman deep in her heart craves safety, not just physical but emotional safety. And emotional safety doesn't come from a mansion, a car, or an overflowing bank account. It comes from a man who can stand tall in the middle of chaos without breaking his composure. Think about it. In every relationship, there are moments when emotions rise, when tempers flare, when life throws its storms. Some men panic, argue, and lose themselves, but others, they pause, they breathe, they remain grounded like a mountain unmoved by the wind. That's the man a woman secretly adores, because when everything around her feels uncertain, his calm becomes her anchor. In Stoic philosophy, this quality is called equanimity. It's the ability to maintain internal balance no matter what the external world throws your way. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's not just philosophy, it's masculine truth. A woman will unconsciously test a man's balance. She might pull away, go silent, or challenge his opinion, not because she enjoys conflict, but because she wants to feel that you can hold space without crumbling. She's not looking for perfection. She's searching for certainty in your energy. When you can stay calm when she's emotional, patient when she's distant, and centered when the world goes wild, that's when she respects you. The Stoic man doesn't silence his emotions. He guides them. He listens but doesn't react impulsively. He understands that every challenge is a chance to prove his mastery over self. And that calmness, that quiet confidence, becomes the rarest form of strength. Because when a woman realizes that no argument, no drama, no silence can shake your peace, she knows she's found something rare. A man who doesn't just survive chaos, he transcends it. That's what she loves more than money. A man who is untouchable by the noise of the world. 2. The purpose, the flame that never dies. There's something magnetic about a man who wakes up with direction. A man who has a vision burning quietly inside him. A purpose that gives meaning to his days and structure to his life. Women feel this energy instinctively. They might not say it out loud, but they can sense when a man's life is built around a mission rather than a woman. You see, purpose isn't just about a career or ambition. It's about having a North Star, something that drives your decisions, your discipline, and your growth. A Stoic man knows that his life's purpose isn't to seek comfort or approval, but to build himself. A man with purpose is never desperate for validation. He's too focused on becoming the best version of himself. And that's exactly what women love. Because deep down, every woman wants to follow a man who knows where he's going. Think about great men from any era, whether it's Marcus Aurelius, who ruled with discipline, or modern men who build empires quietly from the ground up. They all share one thing: clarity of purpose. When you're chasing your mission, your energy changes. You speak differently, you walk differently, you attract differently. You stop chasing people because you're too busy chasing progress. There's a story of a man named Daniel, a craftsman from Manchester. He wasn't rich, but his passion for his work was unshakable. While others complained about what they didn't have, he was busy perfecting his craft. Over time, his reputation grew, and so did his confidence. Women didn't fall for his job, they fell for his drive. That's what purpose does. It builds quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need to be advertised. The Stoics believed that happiness is found in fulfilling one's Duty, not through comfort, but through contribution. A man without purpose seeks pleasure. A man with purpose creates meaning. So, if you ever wonder what truly captures a woman's respect, it's not your wallet. It's your direction. When your purpose burns bright, it lights a path others naturally want to walk beside. 3. Emotional control, power over self. Here's a truth that few men ever master. Emotions are powerful servants, but dangerous masters. A man who can't control his emotions is like a ship without a captain, tossed around by every wave. One minute he's calm, the next he's angry, then jealous, then desperate. And women sense this instability instantly. But a man who can feel deeply and yet remain steady, that's a man she'll never forget. Women are emotional creatures by nature. But what they crave is not emotional chaos, and it's emotional leadership. They want to know that no matter how turbulent things get, you can hold space for both of you. When she cries, you don't panic. When she's angry, you don't attack. When she withdraws, you don't chase. You stay composed, aware that her emotions are temporary waves, while your purpose is the ocean beneath. Stoicism teaches that emotions are not enemies. They're messages. Anger can reveal where you lack patience. Jealousy can reveal insecurity. Fear can reveal attachment. The Stoic man listens to these emotions but doesn't let them dictate his actions. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." The bravest act in relationships is to remain calm when your instincts want you to react. A woman might test your composure not to punish you, but to feel your strength. She wants to know if your calm is real or just an act. And when she sees that your peace doesn't break under pressure, she begins to trust you in ways she never trusted anyone before. That's why emotional control is more powerful than money. Money can buy comfort, but emotional mastery creates connection. When you can meet her storms with peace, you become unforgettable. You become that rare man who can love without losing himself, lead without dominating, and stay grounded even when life shakes you. And that is a man no woman wants to lose. 4. Depth, the man who feels life deeply. There's something rare about a man who sees life beyond the surface. Most people today live distracted, chasing likes, approval, or attention, mistaking validation for value. But depth is what separates a man of meaning from a man of noise. And that's what women secretly crave. A man who isn't just alive but awake. You see, depth isn't about quoting philosophers or pretending to be mysterious. It's about how you experience life, how you listen, how you respond, how you carry silence without feeling uncomfortable. Women feel depth in the way you look at them without judgment, in the way you speak with honesty instead of charm, in the way you think before you react. Depth makes a woman feel seen, not for her looks but for her essence. Because most men don't see women. They project their desires onto them, but a deep man observes without trying to control. He understands without trying to fix. That kind of awareness is magnetic. Imagine sitting across from someone who doesn't rush to fill the silence, who listens fully before answering. That's power, because depth is presence, and presence to a woman is intimacy. When a man is deep, he's not easily bored or distracted. He's not chasing the next dopamine hit. He's connected to his thoughts, to his emotions, to the moment. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars, and see yourself running with them." That's what depth feels like, an appreciation of the now, a quiet reverence for existence itself. Women love men with depth because they bring meaning into a world obsessed with the shallow. And here's the irony, you don't need to show it off. You don't even need to talk much. Your silence, your energy, your ability to remain steady and attentive, it speaks louder than words. Depth is the currency of the soul, and in a world where everything feels temporary, a deep man feels eternal. That's what she loves more than money, because wealth can impress her mind, but depth touches her spirit. So boundaries, the silent form of respect. If there's one thing that defines a high-value man, it's not what he says yes to, it's what he says no to. Boundaries aren't walls, they're gates, and only disciplined men know how to guard them. Most men think that being kind means being endlessly available, endlessly forgiving, endlessly giving. But women don't respect a man who sacrifices his peace to please her. They respect the man who knows his worth and protects it. A man without boundaries is like a house without walls. Anyone can enter, rearrange the furniture, and leave chaos behind. Boundaries tell the world, this is who I am, this is what I allow, and this is what I won't. And that self-respect radiates strength. A woman might challenge your boundaries at times, Not because she wants to break them, but because she wants to feel if they're real. She wants to see if you can stand firm when something matters to you. The Stoics taught that freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's the ability to say no to what doesn't serve you. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." That's the essence of boundaries, a commitment to inner integrity. When you tell a woman calmly and confidently that you won't tolerate disrespect and you mean it, you become unforgettable. Because your boundary is not a rejection, it's a demonstration of strength. It shows her that your life has structure, that you value your time, and that your emotions are not up for negotiation. A man with boundaries can lead a relationship without being controlling, because leadership begins with leading yourself. And here's the paradox. When you stop being afraid to lose people by setting limits, that's when you gain true respect. Women might not always agree with your boundaries, but they'll always admire them, because they show that you're not desperate for approval. You're grounded in self-worth. Boundaries don't push women away. They draw the right ones closer. That's what she loves more than money. A man whose no has value, and whose yes means something. 6. Peace, the rarest form of power. In a world full of noise, a peaceful man is the loudest presence in the room. Peace is power, not because it dominates, but because it doesn't need to. A peaceful man isn't one who's never angry or frustrated. He's simply one who refuses to let the outside world decide his inner state. Women love men who bring calm instead of chaos, who listen instead of argue, who choose understanding over ego. Because when a woman feels your peace, she relaxes into her femininity. Money can buy luxury, but it can't buy serenity. Peace is a reflection of mastery. Mastery over your thoughts, your impulses, your emotions. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free," and nothing requires more bravery today than staying calm when everything around you demands reaction. The peaceful man doesn't chase arguments. He doesn't need to prove himself in every conversation. He doesn't rise to every insult. He knows that silence can be the sharpest response. That silence, that stillness isn't weakness, it's control. When a woman spends time with a peaceful man, she starts feeling different. Her guard drops. Her voice softens. Her nervous system slows down. Why? Because his energy tells her, "You're safe here." That's a power no luxury car or status symbol can replicate. And here's the truth, peace isn't given, it's built. It's built through discipline, reflection, and self-respect. It's built when you stop letting temporary emotions dictate permanent actions. The Stoics knew this. They practiced detachment not to escape life, but to enjoy it more deeply and without becoming slaves to it. A man who protects his peace protects his kingdom. He doesn't invite drama. He doesn't react to gossip. He doesn't chase meaningless validation. And that energy, quiet, confident, untouchable, is magnetic. Because peace says, "I don't need to impress you. I am enough as I am." That's what women love more than money. A man who carries stillness in a world addicted to noise. Because when everything else fades, peace is what remains. And that's where true strength lives. Conclusion. So let's reflect. Women might be impressed by money, but they fall in love with something much greater. Your calm under pressure, your relentless purpose, your control over emotion, your depth, your boundaries, and your peace. Because these traits can't be purchased. They must be earned through discipline and self-awareness. In a world obsessed with image and validation, a Stoic man stands apart. Not because he's better, but because he's free. He's not chasing anyone. He's not trying to prove anything. He simply is. And that quiet power, that strength built from within, becomes magnetic. So if you want to attract not just attention but genuine connection, stop focusing on money as your identity. Focus on mastery of your mind, your emotions, and your purpose. The right woman won't just see you. She'll feel you. And once she feels that calm, that strength, that stoic presence, she'll know she's found something priceless. Because in a world full of chaos, peaceful men are kings. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.